Hi, everybody. I'm coming to you live from the Red Rooster Coffee House in Aberdeen, South Dakota. If you haven't been here and you are local, I encourage you to check it out. They have great offerings, and the owners, Angie and Dan, are awesome. So, again, I'm Lee Nyes. This is Lee Nyes Coaching, and I am here today to talk about how I got 3 interviews in 1 week using 3 simple tips. Now, I had interviewed for 4 positions recently, or I had applied for 4 positions recently, and I had applied to these companies 2 years ago. So at that point, I was looking to leave my industry and get into a new field, and I really didn't have a strategy when I was applying for those jobs. I simply use the same resume that I had with some updates on my experience. I essentially use the same cover letter that I had used for all my other positions, and I just kind of changed the name of the company, sent that into the online application, and then waited to hear back. Well, I didn't hear. I got that standard email, thank you for applying, but we decided to move forward with other candidates. So I was disappointed, but I was lucky enough to get a great opportunity at another business where I spent the last year and a half learning different skills and gaining some more experience. But this time, I had an opportunity again to apply for these same positions with these same companies, but I decided I needed to do something different. Because of my work in the career industry, I had learned a few tips and decided to be a guinea pig and see if this advice that I had been given and experiencing really would make a difference. And so these are the 3 things I used, and they were very successful. The first thing is I took my resume and I edited it down to 1 page. Now, for someone that has 15 years experience and a 4-page resume, this was very difficult to do. I had built a lot of experience over time, and I worked in higher education, so all of the accomplishments and awards and experience I had was very important. So my resume got bloated up into 4 pages. So it was a bit of an ego burst for me to try to cut out all the fluff and really focus on the critical elements of making my resume stand out. So the 4-page went away, and I went down to a 1-page resume. The second thing I did was to take the job descriptions for the positions I was applying for and put them into word clouds. So wordclouds.com, try saying that 5 times fast, is a website where you can post any document and create a word cloud. So what this word cloud will do is show you keywords from those job descriptions, and it will highlight what are the most recurring words, and it'll position them in a bigger font than the rest. So what this enables you to do is find out what are the key words that the company is using about this particular position. What you want to do with these keywords is to use them as much as you can appropriately in your resume and your cover letter, because these are the words they're looking for. If you are going to be an instructional designer and they want experience with a certain learning management system, that word will probably going to be highlighted, and you're going to want to include that word if you have that relevant experience in your application. So I was very intentional by looking at what words were in that word cloud, using them in both my resume and cover letter. Now, you don't want to lie, because you can be called out for this, and I don't want that to happen to you. But as much as possible, use those repeating words and themes in your application documents. So that's what I did. I intentionally designed my cover letter and resume. I didn't just use the same thing and change the company name and send them off. The third thing, and probably the most important thing, was creating a connection with a hiring manager. So I applied to these positions, and immediately thereafter contacted the hiring manager. If you don't know who this person is, I encourage you to use LinkedIn, for example. Search the company, look at the people list, and find out who on that list has any responsibility for hiring, for talent management, talent development. Those are some keywords. Find out who that person is, and then make a connection. I sent an introductory message and also asked a question I was interested in. So, for example, if you are applying for a data analysis position, you might want to know what sort of data analysis software that they use and what might be helpful for you if you want to gain that position. So I would introduce myself, say I just applied for this position. I want to learn more about your data analysis software. What software do you use? And maybe what would you recommend that I do to become more proficient in using that software? And so those 3 tips, a one-page resume, using word clouds, and contacting the hiring manager made an incredible difference. The hiring managers immediately said, yes, I saw your resume came through, I'll take a look at it, and then they answered my question. And over a course of 1 week, I was able to land 3 interviews out of the 4 applications I submitted. And it's a proven testament to the success of these 3 tips. So I encourage you to check them out. If you want more information, visit my website, leenies.com, and I hope you have a great day. All the best.